But people are like computers. We're all built differently to some nuanced degree. Yes, we're all built like a human, but there's a large degree of variance on how we as humans perform and acclimate to different environments and situations. And a great analogy is like you wouldn't expect someone on a low-end laptop to game and perform and do the same tasks as someone on a high-end laptop, right? There's a bunch of games that I can't even play on my laptop, as reasonable as it is, because it's like, you don't have the hardware specs requirements needed to play this game at all. And then other people, they can not only play that game, they can play it at max settings, given their hardware, given their software, given all these situations and things that their individual circumstances allow. So it's not fair to judge me when I'm not a system that can play this game, but to judge me based on a game that I can play relative to my system, right? Because again, you could take my crappy PC and compare it to a Chromebook. Well, my thing is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, my computer's God compared to that Chromebook, right? So, that Chromebook might be able to run some Minecraft, but my thing can run it better, more smoother. And also, you also have to think about the computing processing power relative to the battery, right? Because on my computer, I could play maybe Warzone for maybe an hour and a half with it unplugged before the battery runs out. But on a newer, more souped up, better machine, it could maybe run that game not only on low settings, but on maxed settings for maybe 3 hours. That's a big difference. These are things we don't take into account when we look at individuals and what they can give to society and what they're capable of. We don't take into account any metrics of a person other than, you're a human. You should have the ability to make your body do better, and you should be doing better. But there's degrees of which and limits to which people can get better. And it's ignorant and toxic to say, hey, you should be able to lift 3,000 pounds after 2 months of training, if the person started off being able to lift only 2 ounces. It's a bad example, but still, it's not, the level of growth expected is not realistic given the situations that so many people are existing in. That is the problem.